Let me give you guys a little update of turnouts. We have 25 horses turned out. When are they coming back? What are they going to look like? First, Adrenaline Rush. Kevin asked for a good 12 weeks with this guy out. He'll probably get it. He had a long summer, tough horse, did a lot of good for us. Adrenaline Rush has been a nice colt. We're going to give him some time to fill out. Beef and Cheddar, probably much of the same. I know that the breeder who owns a significant portion of this colt was looking to buy him back. So, Beef and Cheddar may not be with us next year, but that'll be dependent on the people that own the shares. I know that Matt's a great guy, and we'll see how that works out over the next couple of weeks. Well, we get time, but we'll see how it works out. Better's Hope, probably got another month left, I think, and then we'll bring him back in. Braemar, much of the same. I'd love to see a big, shiny, fat Braemar come back. My only question is, I know a couple of clients, one in particular, Greg says, please don't send horses to Florida. It's really expensive. It is, Greg, you're right. It is a little more expensive than training them here. But when it comes to horses like Globetrotting, Spirited Dio, and even maybe Braemar, I could be talked into it maybe. No, nothing concrete yet. I'm leaning towards definitely Globetrotting going, so I know Greg owns shares of her, and I know he probably doesn't want to hear that. But at the same time, I'm going to do what's best for the horses, and a horse like Globetrotting had a rough year. This is a filly I want out. 12 to 16 weeks she is in the field. So November 1st, she'll be done November 15th. She's not even coming back till March, just so you know. So when she comes back, I hope she's 200 pounds heavier, sounder, and if a nice sand track to train down on, and not a harder track, might benefit her. This is the same thing now. Last year was our first year in Florida. I think if we take a look at what took place, there may have been some mistakes made on my part, and I think we can rectify that quite easily. But when it comes to Globetrotting, we're in no rush. This is going to be a really good 4-year-old filly, and I'm going to treat her that way. But back to Braemar, does that mean he goes to Florida? Maybe not, but we'll see. This is a colt that I'm going to give every chance to be a very, very good horse, because I think he has the ability to be a very good horse. Does that mean he will be? I don't know. That'll be up to him. But he's done lots as a 2-year-old so far, and I suspect he'll do lots as a 3-year-old also. What does that mean? Tons? Just reading a text. Tell you what, that's how down to earth Scott Zeron is. You know, he won that stake race and he won the Breeders' Crown 200 to 1. Horse paid $490 or 400 and some dollars to win. So there must have been a million people text Scotty Zeron, say, hey, nice job, whatever. I just shot him a message. I ate dinner with him last night in Indianapolis, and I shot him a message. I said, hey, nice job, champ. Just messaged me back right in the middle of the race program and said, thanks very much. Horse race, great. So, where are we at here? We're at Braemar. So Braemar, we'll see what happens with Braemar, right? Don't get too worked up about it just yet. This is a horse that's on our radar that could be a real, real good horse for the stable.ca. And I want to make sure if he can, he will. Does that mean that he goes south? I don't know. We'll see. Brilliant Corners, he's staying here with us. He's going to get another, 4, 5, 6 weeks off. We'll bring him back in and hope that he had the most backwards roundabout way of getting to the track and being a racehorse, but he did it and he got there. So let's give him every opportunity to soak up what took place in 2020 and turn it into a productive 2021, and I think he could, and hopefully he will. So Brilliant Corners, we're going to give him another good solid 6 weeks or so off. Canadian Titan will start back in 3 weeks. She comes back in. We'll have the vet check her out again. She's had a ton of time off. Try and get her prep for 2021. Somebody had asked me the other day, could we breed her? We could, but we can't breed every horse. I mean, we'll see how Canadian Titan's knees look. We'll see how her schedule looks. We'll see what is up for a Canadian Titan and what her 2021 might look like. And then we can answer some questions after that. Captain's May to be coming back in the next week or so. By coming back in, I mean coming back to Canada, I believe. We'll bring her back home and get her ready to race here. Does that mean she stays here? Does she go over to Tim right away, or do we race her a few times? Let's ask Captain's Mate. We'll see how she is when we get her back. First glance, did everything we asked him to this year. Going to give him another good month off, maybe more, and then bring him back. GW Chrome, I want to give him lots of time to fill out. This is a horse. Now, mark my words. I could be wrong, and you can hold me to it. I think GW Chrome is going to be a very, very good horse for us in 2021. This is a horse that ended off the year razor sharp as attack, and feeling like King Kong. And I think he's got a lot of growing to do. A lot of maturing to do, both physically and mentally, and I believe he will. And I think he's going to be a good horse for us in 2021. At Glare AM, shouldn't have to convince you she's going to be a good horse for us. She was sharp as a tack and fresh when we turned her out. There just wasn't anything left for her. There wasn't any reason to keep going with her, so we turned her out. I'm a Lovely Lady, very tough filly. She just showed how tough she was all year. If you guys had have actually seen, the schedule, what she went through, and how she ended up her year, this one tough filly. And I can't wait to get her back in 2021. Miss Meringue, too, had a good season. The crappy thing about Miss Meringue is that we had high expectations. If we had to win in with no expectations, although she wasn't a stake filly, she did a lot of good, right? She made 20-some thousand, trotted in 2 minutes or 59 her last start, and she has the ability to be better. Will she? That's up to her. We will give her the time to pack on some weight, turn that into muscle, training down, and see what she comes back like. But I suspect Miss Meringue's going to be a decent filly for us, hopefully, in 2021. Mama Knows Best, another one. We have a solid lineup of fillies. The one coming after Mama, right next My Jazz, has been our queen all year. My Jazz and Mama Knows Best raced great. Mama Knows Best finished third in 56, her last start of the year. My Jazz ended her year with a win in Delaware. A real strong contingency. I'm a Lovely Lady, Miss Meringue, Mama Knows Best, My Jazz. Who am I missing? One more filly. Who did I drive in the last race of the year? It's driving me crazy. I'll get to it. I drove I'm a Lovely Lady, My Jazz. Oh, Rosa and Why Not? So we have 5 fillies I think are going to come back good as 3-year-old sophomores in Ohio. Who's texting me now? I don't know. No Free Lunch. No Free Lunch has his last start next week in the final. Hopefully a win in the final of the Harvest Series. We'll see how he comes out. Perfect Record. We're going to give him a little time. So I had No Free Lunch on the turnout side of things. He's not. Yeah, sorry, he's over in Harrisburg. He will be turned out next week. Not yet. Cyrus Blue, Perfect Record is going out this week. Going to give him about 3-4 weeks off and have him ready for the winter. Harry just thought, listen, he needs a little time to mature because he's just not fast enough right now. Okay, maybe he's not good enough. Maybe he's just a horse. If he's just a horse, we'll find a class for him when he comes back. We'll give him probably a month. I'll give him a month. We'll give him a month off and bring him back. Cyrus Blue Chip, he'll get another month off. Kevin just wanted to give him all the time in the world. He said, please just give him 3 months. He might get a little longer. This is a horse that's very, very well bred and was not sound all year. But was like this. He was the same from the time we broke him, and we had him to the vet multiple times. From the time we broke him to the time he stopped racing, Kevin just said, listen, if we can't find it and the vet can't find it, let Mother Nature find it. Just give him lots of time. It's actually a good way of looking at it, so we will spend that money. She made a break the other day. I was looking to maybe sell her when we got her squared away, and maybe we just waited too long. It's not a big deal. The money I thought she would make now, she'll make when she comes back, and then we'll sell her at that point probably. But she's a filly that's just going to squeak by that now when there's a 3 level that we so often talk about. She's going to squeak by that level and do a little bit higher, I think, but after that, she's going to find it tricky. Stacy Hanover is going to come back probably in, 3 weeks or so. We'll bring her back and start her back up. She qualified in 2-2. Big filly. Just going to give her a little time to fill out. She's been out for 2-3 weeks now. We're going to give her another month and bring her back. Sweet Ambitions. She will come back and race all winter time, so she'll be back in 3 weeks probably, and we'll start her back up. That's my girl. I want to give her lots of time. She had a real unorthodox season also. A number of breaks, a very small window of decency where she took a mark of 58 flat, I believe, qualified in 58 at Northfield. Her schedule was tattered and scattered all over the place, and she did not respond well to it. So I want to give her a good 6-8 weeks just to cool down, come back, and we'll see how she looks then. Tipsy and Dixie deserved time off. Never missed a check all year. Wasn't out of the top 4 all year. Had a rather disappointing final start where she finished 4th as first or second favorite, but at the same time got roughed up. I suspect she'll come back good as a 3-year-old. Walk on the Moon, just still that, and you guys know now that I own them. Eye injuries, no joke. Not for humans, certainly not for horses. And we're just now coming to the end, hopefully, of Walk on the Moon, getting that eye cleaned up. And then when we do, we'll give him 4-6 weeks in the field and bring him back. Time in the stall won't hurt either. I don't want to leave them in the stall too long. He's been in the stall longer than I would like, but at the same time, we got to get that eye injury healed up. It's coming. It's coming well. Were We Welcome will be coming back in probably a month. We'll start her back up, and then Well and Down also around the first week or so of December. Big Welly will be back with us. So those are the turnouts. First one, I don't know those in a while. 25 horses turned out in the field. They'll be coming back at various times over the next 6 to 8 weeks. We'll talk to you guys in just a minute. Still got Harry, Mario, Kevin, Jason's barn, Johnny's barn, and the small barns. I'll be back in just a second.